Hey everyone, and welcome to Blarney Castle and Gardens on what is a lovely spring day here. The sun's shining, as you see a lot of our bulbs are out and the birds are singing too. It's just beautiful, beautiful day and spring really definitely has arrived. I'm going to bring you on a little tour of a few bulbs and flowers today, show you some of the colours in the gardens, and then I want to bring you down to our play area to show you a little bit of storm damage on one of the historic trees, which was a shame, but you know, nothing lasts forever. So I'll see you in a sec. Now I've just popped around the corner from where I was standing in front of the castle, and we're on the end of our winter borders and the start of our camellia walk, and the camellias are all out and looking fantastic. And you see there's lovely colours, but I wanted to particularly show you Brushfield's yellow, which is one of my favourites. If Paul wants to zoom in, you'll see it's a very pretty thing. And we're now on our winter borders, and I had to show you this one as well because this is quite an unusual one that's not that common yet, but it's the paper bush, Edgeworthia chrysantha, and Paul will testify this whole area is just sort of filled with the scent of it at the moment. But they're quite shy the way they flower downwards, but they're very pretty. And in the sun here, the bees are already working, which is great to see. But yeah, the smell is just divine. But Edgeworthia chrysantha, something a little bit different. We'll move on. One of the things we've been doing over the last few years is looking to, I suppose, improve our value for money with the bulbs. And we've been planting a lot of species that will naturalise and actually spread rather than just sit in a pocket and slowly fade away. So a lot of these little dwarf Narcissus species that we've put in are doing exceptionally well. And here below the castle on the bank seems to suit them very well. And you'll see there's a few crocus dotted in amongst them, which are just starting to die back, but they're a beautiful display, and hopefully that, you know, over the years they'll increase on an ongoing basis and may even be able to divide and move them from here. So we're always looking for additional areas of interest and colour in the spring, and I think this has really ticked that box. Unfortunately, we suffered a bit of damage in the last storm that came through, and nothing else precious around the estate. Quite a lot of branches down and a couple of trees, but this was the one thing that we'll miss. It's one of our large lime trees that sits in our playground area just down by the turnstiles, and you can see this was an immense tree and hollow in the middle, big load of rot. So I mean, it's obviously, you know, everything has a lifespan, and this one's finally gone. So it'll leave a hole, but we've trees in the wings waiting to take its place. But what is interesting is that these old limes run right through the centre of our estate, and they actually mark what was an old road running between Cork and Blarney. And in one of our fields at the back of the estate, if you stand and look, you can still see the line that the trees would have taken as they flanked what would have probably been a small cart track. But they would have dwarfed that track in, you know, the size they are in the current times. We estimate them at over 300 years old, and there's still around a dozen of them on the estate. So, you know, there's still plenty to see, but they are obviously in decline, and it is a shame. But as I say, you know, everything has a lifespan, and it does leave a space for something new. So a little bit of history to end today. But before I go, I want to show you one more last thing. And I just wanted to finish with a shot of our cherry tree. It's not much to look at yet, other than being, you know, structurally beautiful. But the reason I wanted to show you it now is it's just about to come into flower. And in another week or two, this will just be a sea of blossoms. So if there was ever a time to get in, it's in the next week or two as this opens up. It's normally fully out for St. Patrick's Day, and I'd say it's one of the best entrance trees in Ireland, because as soon as you come through our turnstiles you're greeted with this beautiful blossom. And if Paul can zoom in, you'll see it's just starting. So 2 or 3 days of sunshine and these will be fully out. So there you go. That's it from us, and we'll see you again for another catch up in a couple of weeks, or maybe sooner in the gardens. Thanks very much.